Let's go to George in Santa Clara. Hey, George, what are you doing? What's cooking?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
What's up?
On the topic of booing, I just want to bring up the fact that once Draymond returns, I honestly think he should be booed, and I'm tired of Warriors fans of sticking up for him for the past few years.
I don't hate that take at all. I don't think it's going to happen, but I don't hate that take. I think the juice isn't worth the squeeze anymore. And when you deal with guys that have a thing or an attitude, and they constantly are penalizing the team for their actions. Say in baseball terms, a guy gets thrown out in the fourth inning, his term to come to bat is the seventh and the ninth, and he's in the locker room drinking a beer, and he's one of your best players. He can't help you win if he's not there.
Sure.
So if you can't control your temper, you can't control your passion in the sense that you're getting teed up twice and you're in the locker room, or you're getting teed up and you're getting suspended, you're doing me no good as a player, and that's selfish behavior on my part. And this whole thing with him, I think they're going to be better without him right now because the energy vampire that he is in the clubhouse, in the locker room, because I'm always having to talk about him. We're always talking about it. It's another thing. It's national news. You turn on ESPN, you click on any website, it's the number one story about him taking a swing, him choking somebody, him punching his teammates, him kicking somebody in the nuts, whatever it is. Like, that gets old as a player. I don't want that around anymore. I don't care if you play with passion. You're the only guy that plays defense and this and that. That's great then. And would they have won 4 rings without him? Probably not, but that was then and this is now. So now we're trying to get back to that. We're trying to cement Steph Curry's legacy with 5 or 6 or whatever it's going to be. And if he's detrimental to that, and as an athlete, I always have to sit there and worry about what Draymond's going to do next and worry about if he's going to be there or not. I mean, availability is a huge tool in sports.
Sure.
We talk about speed and jump shot and jumping and length or whatever, or your fastball, how fast you throw a football, whatever it is. We talk about tools, but availability is a huge tool. And if you're not going to be there for me and I can't count on you and there's no consistency, I don't even know if I want you on my team.
Okay, let's start with this because we did ask Steve Kerr yesterday if there is a silver lining to Draymond's absence.
I think there's always silver lining in cases like these, where, somebody's out. I mean, I look back at the year we had worst record in the NBA. We had all those injuries, right? Steph, Clay out for the year, departures with Kevin Durant, Sean Livingston, finished with the worst record in the league. But you know what happened? The guys developed. Jordan Poole was thrown into the deep end, and we had a group of young players who were forced to play and had to deal with a year of adversity and learning about the NBA. And we filled up the cup. It was like we were so exhausted from whatever it was, 5 straight trips to the finals. Our guys were wiped out, and that year we were able to get motivated and get our energy back, and we won the championship a year and a half later. So there's always a silver lining to this stuff, and as much as we miss Draymond and want him back, it's going to open up playing time and opportunities for other people.
That's kind of the take that I have, which is, and this is what we were talking about yesterday. I can see all the temporary positives to Draymond being out, and it's not just because of a 3-game win streak. It's because there is absolutely the avenue to them being a better team than they were when he left when he comes back. Because this team was going to need, and it's actually like right now, a lot of the talk is about Trace Jackson-Davis. I think it's a little bit more about Jonathan Kuminga. For this team to really have any kind of a special year, Kuminga's going to have to take a huge step. Draymond's absence is going to allow him an avenue to get more consistency. But here's my question in response to what you just said, which is that, what was it? The juice is now not worth the squeeze?
Yeah. The ability and what he contributes on a daily basis isn't worth what you're putting up with.
Here's my question for anyone who thinks that. Why doesn't the team seem to think that yet?
Well, they're not going to tell you.
Well, but I don't
but
I don't think they even think it.
Okay.
Like, granted, they're not going to say it, even if they think it. But I don't think they think it. And so I do wonder this. This is a big sort of thing for me that I think is a conflict, which is that at all points the last 2 years, the fan base is more mad at Draymond than the team is. And the team is the one being negatively affected, supposedly, by him so much. I still think we're in a spot where he leans in the direction of being, if you want to call it this, a necessary evil. The whole can't live with him, can't live without him. I think they can't live without him a little bit more than they can't live with him.
But the live with him has taken on a different level this year.
No doubt. But the story's still being written.
It's like consistent. And I'm not going to speculate, but usually in my experiences, when somebody's acting a little bit more, acting differently, more aggressive,
more frequent,
there's something going on, man. There's something going on.
It's not just getting old. That's been the popular answer. Yeah. Like all the frustration that seems to emanate from the Warriors franchise, whether it's Klay Thompson, fighting air over on the bench. Andrew Wiggins has been benched. Draymond Green is punching people more. These are the things. These are the things you do as an elite athlete when your body is not keeping up with your mind anymore.
Oh, yeah, there's something going on. I don't know what. You just don't flail wildly for the guy grabbing onto you. There's something deeper here. There is. I mean, we'll never find out. And to what you said, Mark, we don't know what they're saying behind closed doors about Draymond. It's what they say publicly. And in my experience is what's out there. If it gets all the way out to us, the public, on stuff that's going on behind the scenes, it's really bad.
Oh, that means it's been going on for 6 months.
You keep things in-house.
Right, but their actions are still there. These are their words, and then 4 years and $100 million was their action. That suggests to me that they still really think they need him to win.
Yeah, they need the old Draymond to win, not this one, because they're not going to win with this guy.
Maybe
they're not. There's just too much going on, and I don't want to have to talk about him every night, and I have to sit there while he makes another bad mistake on the court. Now I got to talk about it with the media after the game, and it's just sucking the life out of me and sucking the life out of our franchise. That Draymond, yes. This Draymond, no. So, and that's why he's getting counseling. He's getting help. But when I hear that, I'm the world's biggest skeptic, Mark. Seriously, when and knowing, we used to sit in the locker room going, if we knew this guy, if they knew this guy's an alcoholic and he played drunk yesterday, and this guy's doing this and this guy's doing that, nobody would watch baseball anymore because this guy's a mess, that guy's a mess, I'm a mess, whatever. So when I hear words like he's the NBA and the Warriors and he's getting counseling, my mind goes to personal experiences of there's got to be something going on. You're not just going to anger management, dude. That's just my speculation. I don't know anything behind the scenes based on experience.
There was something, and this is an under-the-radar nugget out of our conversation with Steve yesterday, which is that I think we all went into the suspension under the impression that Draymond was still going to practice with the team. He's allowed to. And he was going to stay around the team because that would provide the brethren that he needs at a time like this. And Steve referenced the fact that he's I haven't really talked to him in a while. And we were like, what? And he's like, yeah, he's not with us right now. He's taking some time to himself.
Because they've done everything in their power behind the scenes, whether it's
no doubt
you have a team psychologist, whatever it is, calling you into the office, let's go out and have a beer and talk about it with your teammates. It just can't happen anymore. And when it gets to that point, you've exhausted every avenue within your organization, you got to go elsewhere to maybe help somebody that wants to be helped. You got to want to be helped. That's the key to all this. Yeah. You got to realize that I can't do this anymore. I'm going to let my teammates down.